Blizzard has brand new patch coming out. Does it say when it's coming out? I think it's coming out early next week, right? May 28th. Oops. So the main things here are the gold cost of masterworking has been reduced. So when you get those big crits on the different masterworking levels, they reduced it a little bit at rank 5, 200k at rank 8, but they reduced it by 7.5 million gold per hit here. The gold is still going to be a little bit rough in the beginning, but I'm glad that they didn't make gold worthless. So gold is still going to be valuable, but when you get to the super end game, if you get that far, it's not going to like instantly completely bankrupt you. So I'm glad that they didn't go too overboard with that. We can see how this feels, and if it still sucks, then we can complain about it some more. The other major thing is the scattered prisms. So people are starving for these. Again, I didn't want them to do like some crazy fix, but you get so few scattered prisms that you don't even want to engage with adding sockets to gear, because then you're like, well, what if I get something better and I'm just lighting them on fire? So treasure goblins are going to drop them more often. The butcher will always drop one. And now the world bosses are going to be a guaranteed drop, and you're going to get higher prisms for the higher world tiers. So you get 3 in world tier 4. So that's pretty significant. So the goblins, the world bosses, and the butcher, I think that's going to feel a lot better. Again, I like that scattered prisms are valuable. I thought it was a little bit rough. This seems like a fair change for it. They'll still be valuable, but you should have access to them to at least socket your gear. And then they made some changes to the Hellborns. So there's a ton of like user interface and bug fixes and different things here. The main thing that I want to call out down here is this little cutie patootie one. Fixed an issue where Barbarian's Bash, which is one of the best builds in the game, going like nearly number 1 in the pit, was dealing multiplicative damage instead of additive damage with a tempering affix that caused Bash to cleave. So first of all, I have no problem with Blizzard making bug fixes in the middle of a season if there's actually just a bug, and that's fine. But you might be wondering, well, how much does this hurt? Well, we go to the planner here, and well, this roll was 462% if you masterwork it correctly, and then another 462 and another 231. So if I'm understanding this correctly, all of those were multiplicative. I actually didn't know that. And now they're additive. And if you aren't a math person, additive is a lot less damage. If you multiply something versus you add it together and then you have it as a multiplier, that's a lot less damage. So Bash Barb is definitely going down by probably some order of magnitude. But honestly, it will probably still be very good because it's just so much better than everything else, than almost everything else right now. So that's kind of the big one. You can read through like the other bug fixes if you want, but those are kind of the major ones, addressing gold a little bit, especially in masterworking. Scattered prisms and bash barbs are going to be brought down to planet Earth this time.